Last week, apparently we were at the top of the range, and let's just look at what has happened since that point. Over here on the weekly time frame, let's start off with the big picture. We have been in a huge downtrend. Okay, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, but we've done some interesting things down here, or price has done some interesting things down there that I'm beginning to look bullish. All right. Now last week, as we come into the daily bars, we can see that this thing is saying down and rangy. Technically, we are still down and rangy, okay? And last week, as I think about it a little bit more, there was a good possibility for this thing to fall to the downside here, all right? And that was a good possibility. I made some money off of that potential possibility, but longer term, it wasn't meant to be, okay? And we actually see price popping above this point here, and it took out the zone that we had here on the daily time frame. We usually don't talk about this a whole lot, but it took out that little level up there. I shouldn't say little. There's nothing little about that level. But it took out that level in one bar. In one day, it just barely wicked above that thing and took it out. And that was the end of the short play that I possibly considering last week. And since that point, we've seen nothing but up moves. So coming into this week, I'm really looking for price to come back down here, give us a little retracement off of this aqua level that just reformed due to all this consolidation, and then to play it back up into this area. So for this week, I'm just looking for the down move. If we can get the down move all the way down here, that would be fantastic. And then if we can get the pop back up, hopefully with a brand new trend going on to the upside, I think that would be pretty darn awesome too. So we will see how that continues to roll here this next week. All right, looking at the euro pound, still in an uptrend to continue looking for pullback to demand around 88.43 was last week. Let's go ahead and look at this big weekly time frame. You can see the big weekly charts and how we left that in a hurry. So we could definitely be in a poised for a pullback. Now, is the pullback actually going to be that big? That is the real question. How big is this pullback going to be? As we move into the daily, you can see that we were looking for price to pull back in a rather quick manner last week down to this aqua zone here that we had highlighted and that we talked about there in last week's forecast. However, it has meandered slowly to get down there, and this week we finally see it starting to do that move. So I guess we're really like a week ahead of time is almost what we're doing. Yes, technically it definitely started the move this past week, but it still hasn't gotten there. So we're just looking for a very basic move from high down to low. All right. Now, once it gets down there, we have to decide whether or not, or I should say price and the institutions have to decide whether or not they're going to respect that level or not, okay? But that's the move that we're looking for, and to see that happen here over the next week. Moving over into the 4-hour time frame, you can see that huge candle that got put into place here, and price has just spent so much time in that area. We're looking for the move down there into the 88/87 level. So those are the levels that we're going to be watching for. I think price will easily beat this little support zone right there at 89.24 down to 89 even. Okay, so I'm really looking for this level and to see how price respects it, that level down there.